Good morning, everybody. Rose Thorn here. Today I am doing a react video to Foodie Beauty's live stream called He Doesn't Love Me. So I was up till midnight last night recording and uploading Chantal's live that she did right before bedtime, where she was basically raging for almost 2 hours and just acting completely atrocious. Anybody who watched that rage stream, you have to agree with me. Her behavior, her attitude about everything was just absolutely atrocious and completely out of line. And because of that, I was furious. And I'm sure you could tell that in the react. I was just completely lost it. I was not in the mood to be polite to her, not at all. I mean, I didn't curse a million miles an hour, but I was mad. I was real mad. Everything that's been going on with Chantal just making me real mad. I just went off. But rightfully so. I mean, she deserved it. Her behavior last night was just, it was so out of line. So out of line. Just her blocking people at the speed of light because they were just telling her the truth, all that. And I went to bed and I'm waking up and she's already done 2 lives today. Plus, she posted a vlog that she did while in the middle of all this stuff going on with her roommate. I mean, she's all about just getting that attention and keeping the spotlight on her versus caring about her roommate. It's just horrible. Her attitude is just horrible about the whole thing. But I'm waking up to see 2 lives she did. This is a shorter one of the 2. So I would like to play it and react to it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you do, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. So let's get to.
Actually, I think I'm going to keep it that way. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it that way. Okay, I'm going to drive and just talk. I guess it'll be like a video because I don't really feel, actually, I don't feel like having the chat on. I don't feel like chatting about it. I just want to like talk, and I want to say that while I'm in this moment, I get asked a lot, like, why do you come on here and badmouth Natter or talk badly about your relationship and then go back and blah blah blah, and I can say it now.
So I guess this is an actual video versus a live stream because I don't see a live stream replay. So Chantal decided to film a video, probably because everybody is angry at her. Everybody. Her VIP chat is no longer a hug box. There's no hugs in it anymore. People are furious with her, and she doesn't want to deal with their fury because that she knows that's all she's going to get right now is complete fury over the way she's treated her roommate, her attitude towards the roommate. Last night she was in her live chat saying, well, I'm going to see who I want, and I want to sleep next to my boyfriend. I'm not going to spend 24/7 over at the villa with James. I want to be with who I want to be with, and I'm going to do what I want to do. I mean, that was her attitude in a nutshell last night. That and her blocking and banning people left, right, and center, her own VIVs. Just what we saw last night, everyone, that's the real Chantal. That is her. When she has her rage streams, that's when we see the most real her there is. And what we're seeing right now in this video, everyone, we're seeing the Chantal that she's trying to put the spotlight back on herself and paint herself in such a light that everyone will be sympathetic. She's playing the sad Chantal. I'm sad. Everyone feels sorry for me. Here's all my troubles. Feel sorry for me. This is what she does when she gets in trouble with people. I've seen it before, again and again with her. It's a cycle of behavior. She rages, she messes up, and her way of trying to fix it, rather than take responsibility and be an adult and say, you know what, everybody, I messed up. I was completely out of line. I was outrageous, and I'm going to own it and just say I'm sorry and do what I can to fix it. This is how she fixes it. She turns into sad Chantal and looks for the sympathy, tries to get people back on her side. This is what this is right here.
Oh, I'm gonna probably cry a lot, but because every time I get like this or something happens, I I feel like I say it because I don't want to go back. Because I know it's like I don't know. Sometimes I know we're not right for each other. Sometimes we are, and I just feel like I just need to talk about it. Anyway, going home.
Which home? You got two of them now.
Actually, I'm gonna get a coffee and then I'm gonna go home. I haven't slept really. I've been getting a lot of like. He always says like, he gets mad like if I talk about things online, and like I don't have to. Like I know people would be like, he doesn't claim you, he doesn't claim you, treats you like shit, and I'm just like for me, he'll tell me like behind the camera, like we don't like because of our history and like I don't want to give them any information. I don't have to. This is personal. It's not their business. And it's just like I feel like he's like nice to everybody but me. Like
Where to even begin with this woman? Where to even begin? You know, it's way too early in the morning for me to start raging at her. And I want to be calm because you guys know that I like to be calm and sensible when I do my reacts. So I'm going to be calm with this react. Although there's a part of me that wants to rage considering how she was acting last night. But here she is talking about her relationship with Natter when yesterday her roommate was saying some very scary things about his situation. And that is the bigger issue. That is more important than what's going on between her and Natter. But she's making this video and she's putting the focus on that. What's going on between her and Natter is really not important. What's going on with her roommate is most important. Because we're talking about someone's life and how far down the hole they are to the point where they're having scary thoughts. And they're so far into depression, they can't see straight. But Chantal, of course, is going to talk about herself, put the spotlight on herself, and talk about her and Natter. Again, she is a narcissist. She's self-absorbed. She's completely self-centered. So, of course, everything has to be about her. With that said, you know, Chantal, you say things are complicated, but they're really not complicated. If you have a guy friend and you have feelings for him and he won't claim you publicly, there's a reason for that. And the reason is He doesn't really count you as his partner. He's not proud of you enough to claim you in front of the public. If you have a guy friend that you're involved with and he will not acknowledge you being with him in front of other people, then you're not really with him. It's just that simple. If you're with the right person, they will love you and they will claim you in front of other people. They will say, this is my woman, this is my girlfriend, she's great, isn't she awesome? Because that's what men who are really in love do. They are proud of their partner and they want everyone to know who they're with. But from the very beginning of you and Natter, it's always been a financial arrangement. There was never any feelings from him. He does not love you. If he did love you, he would not accept your money. He would not live off your money. He would go out, get a job, earn his own way, and perhaps do things for you. Perhaps take care of you a little bit, or at least take care of himself. But you came to him and said, hey, if you stick around me, if you're around me, I'll pay your way, I'll pay your bills, just be around me. You set up the arrangement. And he said, okay. And where you're getting stuck time and time again is you have this financial arrangement. You caught feelings, or you want feelings to be there. You want it to go beyond a financial arrangement. And he's just not that into you. As a matter of fact, he's not into you at all. And no matter how much money you throw at him, no matter how much you pay his rent, no matter how much you pay his bills, no matter how many tracksuits you buy him, you cannot change the feelings in his heart. And you cannot change the fact that he is not attracted to you enough to feel something emotional for you. You basically bought your way into his life. You bought his companionship, but those are not things you cannot keep, because what you bought is temporary. You're renting him, and you're not renting to own. You just can't seem to get it through your head that if you want a real relationship, real feelings, real connection has to be there. If it's not real, then you don't have anything.
I know, like, I think I just realized, like, today, it's horrible feeling. Like, you could scream at, I'm the type of person, and I hate this, but I'm like, not teachable because I'm fucking stubborn. Like, when people try to help me or tell me things, like, I don't hear it, like, I don't believe it, I don't see it, you know? And I'm not the kind of person to be aggressive, I'm just fucking sad. Just feeling heartbroken, like, I'm just fucked up, like, I'm sad because I know he doesn't love the way I need anyway. So I'm just like, I'm sure he doesn't like me. I feel like he needs me.
Okay, before we get deeper into this, I just want to put this out there. I am not a heartless person, but I've been watching Chantal far too long. And this little act she's doing right now for the camera is just that. It's an act. She did this video for sympathy, purely sympathy, to get people back on her side. Because she pissed so many people off last night. So many people with her behavior, with the things she was saying, blocking everyone. She made everybody incredibly angry. So she made this live stream called He Doesn't Love Me. And now she's acting like she's crying. But here's the problem, Chantal. You're not really crying, okay? I'm looking at you. I don't see any tears rolling down your face. And in the times that I've been in a relationship and I felt heartbroken and I felt like the person I was with didn't love me, I was ugly crying. Tears just rolling down the face, nose so stuffed up from crying that I can't even breathe. I don't see that with you. What I see you doing right now is fake alligator tears for sympathy. I've seen this way too much from you to believe it now. So I urge everybody out there that while you're watching this, just keep that in mind. When she wants sympathy, this is what she does. She makes these live streams, pity poor me, look at me. And just yesterday, just last night, she was raging at everybody. So I don't believe this crap. I really don't.
I feel used. Like, I don't know, like, used up. Like, I just keep giving myself. And then, like, I think that just the final straw was just like, I hate when men.
Anybody out there that believes they really broke up? Because I don't. I mean, it was just recently that she took her TV over there. So they're so broke up, even though she took her TV over there, even though her possessions are over there, even though she's already halfway moved in. This is all an act. I'm telling you, it's an act. Don't believe this crap.
Men are selfish. Like you want me to pleasure you like twice in a row, and then like nothing for me, like no sex, nothing. Like what? Like I just feel like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't want.
I don't believe Nana would even let her touch him. We've seen the interaction between the two of them on camera. He doesn't even look at her when they do live streams together. He avoids looking at her. He avoids touching her. He will keep his body as far away from her as possible. He literally turns his back to her when they live stream. So if he won't get close to her on camera, can you imagine what goes on off camera? But let's move on.
This friggin' crap occupy my mind all the time. Like, I feel like I've invested like so much of myself into this, and for him to just be like, oh well, you know, you talk shit about me online, so pay the price. Like he's so arrogant and cocky and ego about it. Like I'm worn to gill from like my mental health issues and just my health and just everything.
And here she is again, talking about herself. My mental health is worn down to the bone, right? Just really not even addressing the issue with Pete and how he feels, which is what she should be doing for this live stream. It shouldn't be about her and Natter. Nobody gives a flip about her and Natter because we know whatever this is right here, she's going to go right back over there. She's going to see him. She's going to find a reason or an excuse, and she's going to keep going back over there. We know this. We've been round and round and round with Chantal about this how many times? So does anybody really think that it's over between them? Because it isn't. This is just her looking for sympathy and sad pats. That's what this is.
Everything, and then top that with having to pretty much like I help him like with his channel like a lot, and then to see him just kind of like
You help him with that second channel, which is your second channel, Chantal, because it's under your name, it's under your Google AdSense account, which means you get the money in your bank account. You made the second account for two reasons. One, because you are paying his bills and rent. So you figured if you had a second account, that would help with that. That would cover some of his expenses. Number two, you did the second account because it gave him a place to do his thing, which made him happy, but also you could double dip as far as doing live streams. You could do live streams for your channel and live streams on that channel, and therefore you, as someone that you are addicted to attention, you got more of your fix that way. So it's not just for his benefit, it's mostly for yours. If that was really his channel, it would be under his name. He would get the money into his bank account, but we all know you're not going to allow that, because money is how you control people. You're using the one valuable thing about you that you can control him and control Pete's, because you really haven't done what you need to do to help Pete's be independent or Koki to be independent. You know the money is the only reason why Koki is around you. And so you set it up to where he really doesn't get the money. Therefore, he'd always have to come to you to get the money. You haven't even bothered to start teaching him how to edit his own videos, how to film his own videos. You're not educating him about YouTube because you have that knowledge. You're not going to give it to him just so you have a place in his life. You set things in motion to where he needs you rather than loves you. When you really love somebody, you won't act that way. When you have a partner and they love you, you will help them be more independent and stand on their own 2 feet rather than purposely keep them needing you in such a way.
Well, I'm looking for another editor, or well, maybe like I know he thinks it's a lot for me, so he wants that another editor and stuff. But I just feel shitty and unappreciated. And yes, I said that to him, and his like response was so rude. Oh my god. Why do I don't know. It's not a good feeling like you're manipulated. Like, I don't know. And then another thing that really bugs me, aside because of that, aside because I know he's not right. Now I'm like kind of into deep, like I have a lot of feelings.
Again, here she is with the fake, phony crying. No tears running down her face. If she was heartbroken, there'd be some real, genuine tears. I don't see any, do you? I hear her acting like she's trying to cry, but I don't see no crying. I really don't see it. This is her acting again. This is her acting. And on that note, Chantal, you were online last night. You were on your rage stream last night talking about what a good friend you are. Here's the thing. A good friend wouldn't just abandon their best friend of 17 years. You want to go be with Natter? That's fine. Your life, your choices. But if you cared about your best friend 17 years, knowing that he's introverted, knowing that he really doesn't have a whole lot in his life to look forward to, that he doesn't have a job, doesn't have any money, you would have been right there for him more, being over at the Villa more, helping him find a job, helping him look for a job. You would be there for your friend and just making the effort to do things with him, take him out, maybe help him work through his social anxiety so that he had the courage to go out into the world and do other things. You would do what you needed to do to make sure that once you make the jump over to Natters full time, once you decide to be with him full time, that your best friend, he's able to go out into the world, he can make his own way, and everything will be great. But you didn't do that. You just left him alone at the villa, being depressed. You basically thrusted the responsibility of taking care of your cats on him, knowing that he's passive and he'll go along with whatever you say. You really weren't concerned for his well-being, his health. You just gave him this responsibility in the midst of his depression. And you didn't care about your cats either. I mean, you just said, here, Pete, you do this for me. And clearly he's not in the position to take care of BBJ or Sam. Clearly he's not in a position to give them the care they need. And rather than do the right thing, buy Pete's and buy the cats and give the cats to someone who has the time and the focus to take care of them, you keep insisting they're your cats, that you take good care of them, although you're not there to take care of them. And so Pete's and the cats are suffering. And you have the audacity to think of yourself as a good person and as a good friend. Well, I disagree.
But also because, yeah, like I realized it's probably not gonna work, and it's especially not gonna work online because when he was live streaming, and it really pisses me off that this happens, and it makes me feel like a piece of shit. Everything I said happened. Everything I've said, I've shit talked, but it all happened.
You know, Chantal, if I ever had a man come into my life and they had a problem with someone I've been friends with since high school, and that best friend has been with me through thick and thin, they've seen me at my worst, they put up with me at my worst, and they just always been there. And this new person who's not been there for 17 years is giving me some kind of attitude about that, I would tell the new guy to F off. Because that friend has been there for well over a decade, almost two. And this new person hasn't been there at all. I would choose the best friend over the new guy and say, you're going to walk into my life and you have the audacity to go after somebody that's been with me for a long time. They've been true blue to me for a long time, and you got a problem with that? Well, you can just start walking. But this is you we're talking about now. You're choosing the new guy who doesn't care over your best friend and your former fiance that's been basically there for you for almost 20 years. It's so incredibly frustrating and sad that you're over there and you talk about how much you want to be loved. But over the course of the last year that you've been seeing Koki, what's crazy and what doesn't make sense is that everybody in your life that gave a crap about you, everyone that truly loves you and cares for you, you have pushed away. You pushed away your family. You pushed away your best friend Shannon. You pushed away your BFF Pete. And you even pushed away your cats, who give unconditional love. And they give it for free. And they really don't ask a lot in return. You pushed away every source of real love that you ever had for a guy that doesn't love you. Because in your mind, real love can only come from some guy rather than from other places. And you wonder why you're miserable.
And I feel like he's vague about his answers, and like we agreed, I said, I don't want you to, let's just move past, like we talked in person and we're private about it, like whatever happened, and it was a horrible time, just everything, like we just worked, we wanted to try to make it work behind the scenes.
There's nothing to work on though. There's nothing to work on. It's not a relationship. Never has been, never will be. It was always a financial arrangement. You wanted someone to be your companion, to be your occasional bed buddy. You wanted someone that you could use for content, and you have used him for content. You've talked about him, you've shown him, you spent time around him in front of the camera. It was always an employer-employee relationship. And you confessed in the past, in past live streams, that when you get into a relationship with somebody, you lose your mind. You get attached far too quickly, you get clingy, you get jealous, you get insecure. You got issues. You got issues and you got baggage you really should not bring into any relationship, whether it's online or off. And you got those issues because you got issues within yourself that you need to deal with. But you don't want to deal with them. You would rather just ignore them and then just put all your focus on another person and treat them as some magic cure that while you're with them, everything that's wrong in your life is going to turn right and it's all going to go away. All your problems are going to go away. Chantal, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or if you're alone. If you got baggage inside of yourself, you got baggage. And the only person that can fix that, the only person that can deal with that is you. You just cannot run away from that. You can't. You absolutely can't. No matter how much you run, no matter how much you escape, the issues are always going to be there until you deal with them, and they're not an issue anymore.
But instead of ignoring questions like he's supposed to, I feel like he's secretly trying to make me look like a liar to get his reputation online. And
What reputation? He doesn't have a reputation online. What reputation does he have? What are you talking about? What is this? What are you talking about? I'm confused. What reputation? What is this? What is he saying? You're trying to ruin his reputation? Both of your reputations are already ruined, just hanging around each other. You gave him a cooking channel, but it's not a real cooking channel. He cooks food, but his content is not professional. And the fact that he's associated himself with you, even if he was Gordon Ramsay cooking up eggs Benedict and putting out chef quality food, the fact that he's hanging around you and your reputation, that's already ruined.
that's just not gonna fly with me. That's really not what I wanted to happen. I don't know what I expected to happen. Like if I just expected people to just like and he says this too, but it's like I feel like I'm fucking myself and I don't even see the dick I'm fucking myself with right now.
Well, you're already screwed, Chantal. I don't know about you and Stabby and your intimate life, but you screw yourself every day, literally, with your channel, with how you're running your channel. All the constant live streams, wearing people out with the live streams, you and Natter tag teaming and competing for who's on live stream that hour, that minute. If you're not live streaming, then he's live streaming. If he's not live streaming, then you're live streaming. You're wearing everybody out with that crap. The reactors have a heck of a time keeping up with all the nonsense. And you two aren't even putting out great, interesting content. It's just garbage. You both get in front of the camera, you don't do anything, and you just sit there and act boring. And then you expect the reactors to make eggs Benedict out of crap? I mean, come on. This is crazy. You have ruined your own channel. You ruined it. You've tanked your own channel. If that was your goal, congratulations, you've already succeeded with that. You're just hanging on to what's left. You're literally living on the remains of what's left. And you are so lucky that it's lasted this long. And you can thank the reactors for that, because if we hadn't been around reacting to your videos, editing your videos, adding our commentary, adding our creativity and our humor, nobody would be watching you right now. Because they're not watching you because your content is intriguing or interesting. It's garbage. It's garbage. You should be ashamed of yourself. You got 90K subscribers. And there are much smaller channels all over YouTube. There's hundreds of them. They work harder on their content. They work much harder. They put a lot more thought into their stuff. And they don't get the attention you do. They don't get the praise that they deserve. You got a channel that's huge and you're not working on it. You're not showing the appreciation. You're not thankful that you're on YouTube where you can make your own money and set your own hours. You're not grateful to the people who give you the money. You're so entitled. You should be ashamed of yourself. There's lots of people on YouTube that are working harder than you, getting less than you. They're not getting the attention. And you've got the attention. You've got a huge channel. And you're tanking it.
So here I am again crying because I'm pissed off and heartbroken. And I just feel used and manipulated in a lot of ways.
Just a funny thought popped into my head. Even her own camera is over her. Look, it's all pixelated. And it keeps going pixelated. Even her own camera phone is saying, I'm done with you, Chantal. I'm so done with you. I'm so done, I'm not even going to show your entire picture. That her camera is flipping her off.
I think I always did. I just I can't stay away. And he doesn't like.
She just said it. She's heartbroken, but she just can't stay away. So translation, she's going right back over there. So this stream means nothing.
Realize like he never ever apologized to me, like maybe once, like for the one time he told me to shut up and he didn't want to. I actually like found the guts to watch that video. It was back, and I feel like shit for allowing myself to be treated like that over and over and over again.
You know, you may have watched the video recently. I was watching the live stream as it was going down. You were acting like a total bee that night, Chantal. You were. He was doing his chat. He was chill. He wasn't going after you. He was just doing his chat. You were laying in bed, facing away from the camera with, you know, the covers covering your head. You got mad, okay? And then you started lipping off and giving attitude, mouthing off, acting ridiculous. And he didn't immediately tell you to shut up. He shushed you. He did that I said shh thing at you. He tried to be polite about it. You were acting embarrassing on camera. He was trying to do a chill chat. You kept giving attitude, and you were doing it while he was doing the live stream and people are talking to him, which can be embarrassing. There you are acting like a toddler because you wanted his attention and you felt that was the best way to get it. So you were acting like a bee to him and making remarks of people in his chat. You gave the attitude first. You prompted that fight to happen. So what's he going to apologize for? You brought that on yourself.
And he's broken it. Like I just ignore that. Like after we have a fight, eyeliner and like just completely lie just to make me look bad. And that's not.
Well, you really don't need any help making yourself look bad, okay? You make yourself look bad all the time. He doesn't need to help you in that regard, Chantal. You got those bases covered all by yourself, dear.
Well, right. I mean, that's right. I know it sounds stupid asking that. Like, I actually, like, believe everything he says. Like, I believe everything he says. Or maybe I want to believe it.
You know, I'm just going to put my thoughts out there. Chantal paints this picture of Natter like he manipulates her. But what do we know about Chantal? We know that she's a liar. We know that she actively manipulates people. She's gone on record in the past. Like when the two of them first started to talk to each other. I don't know if you guys recall, but when she first started talking to him, she did a live stream where she said, I just have to get in his house. She was obsessed with getting in his house, with getting her foot in the door. You know, like that was her goal, get in his house, get her foot in the door, and just start worming her way into his life. So she accomplished that goal. She got in his house and basically bribed her way in. She told him, look, I got all this money. You put up with my company. I'll give you money. And he agreed to that. And then she decided she was going to take it even further by trying to manipulate him or pressure him into being in a real life relationship with her. She bought her own ring and she wore it. And she tried to pass that off as we're engaged, we're in a relationship. And there was never, ever an engagement. He never told her they were going to get married. And for the record, something interesting I want to pass along to everybody, just something you guys should know. As far as the ring situation, Chantal did that before with BB. She tried the same tactics on BB. Didn't work on BB. It's not working on Natter. Because neither one of those men loved her. And they're not going to love her. But we are talking about a woman who she's so guilty of pushing her way into people's lives because she wants what she wants and she wants to get her way. She's not concerned about how the other person feels. She just wants what she wants. So as far as Natter manipulating her, do I believe that he sweet talks her when he wants money out of her? Yeah, I believe that. I do. I believe he does that. But I also believe that our Chantal, that she manipulates people also. She does it with money, and she tries to use the fact that she's on YouTube and she does live streams to pressure people to say certain things, do certain things for her benefit, because she is so almost possessed with wanting to be in a relationship. So the manipulation and the lies, they go both ways.
I'm gonna go to Starbucks. Maybe when I get home, I'll just start this report. I don't have my machine or anything. So I'm gonna have to go back there. And I leave in such a hurry because I know, like, if I take my time and, like, if I actually start packing things, I know he'll be, like, really angry. Or, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't, like, I guess I just want to leave. I don't want him to try to stop me or anything to get in the way. Like, I don't want to be, like, start packing up shit and I, like, can't lug the TV by myself. Well, I probably could, but
So she left her clothes, her TV, her CPAP machine. Y'all, she ain't done with them. This is just her getting sympathy because she acted the fool last night.
There's just a lot of other things I won't go into because it's personal and I don't want to just completely just, you know. I don't want this to be a bad mouthing session, but fuck, like, God, what am I such an idiot? It's just little things. Little things I feel like he doesn't give a fuck about me at all. Only
Because he doesn't.
what I can do for him. Only him. He got so mad, like, about me wanting to go see Pete's and just like.
Then that should tell you what kind of a person you're around. If you've had a friend for 17 years, and if that person is angry because you want to be there for the welfare of your BFF that's been there for much longer than he has, that should tell you what kind of quality person you're around. If you're around someone who is that selfish, then that should tell you who you're involving yourself with. And you should act on it accordingly.
Debated about him, like, well, you're supposed to do my video. And then when I left, I'm like, you need to suspend your issues with Pete for now. Like, he's not well, and like, he's so mad because Pete called him a motherfucker, and like, it's because of me. Like, be mad at me. If you had a friend, like, he doesn't get that. He doesn't. Everything is not his.
You know, this whole thing between Pete and Natter, what's the common denominator? Chantal. The common denominator in all this drama is Chantal. Chantal likes to run her mouth about everybody. She likes to say awful things about everybody, and most of what comes out of her mouth is a bunch of lies. So if there's drama between Natter and Pete, and you know that Chantal's the reason. You just know it. Knowing Chantal, she went to Pete, told him a bunch of crap about Natter, which may or may not be true, or mostly true, or half true. But when you have a BFF, and they come to you and they tell you all kinds of horrible things about a guy that you're seeing, and they believe those things to be true, they're going to feel a certain kind of way. And then if you go to the new guy you're seeing and you talk crap about your BFF, which I am certain she did, then he's going to feel a certain kind of way. So if there's any drama between Natter and Pete, it's because of her. It's all because of her. All of it. She has herself to blame for the static between those two. Had she not talked crap about each of them to each of them, there would be no drama. None.
His fault or his problem is always someone else to blame for everything. Like, always. And it's usually me. Like, fuck you. And like, we'll be back by 7. And if I wasn't back by 7, and instead of him like being understanding about it, it was a big fight like all night. And that's probably what started it. I started getting really turned off at his attitude and just feeling unsupported. Like, I'm upset at how my friend is depressed and feeling.
Oh, come on, Chantal. please, anybody that watched your live stream last night, you were all about, well, I'm going to go home and sleep next to my boyfriend. That's what I want to do. And no one's going to stop me and nobody's going to tell me what to do. You were determined to be next to Natter last night. You said, I'm not going to spend 24/7 over the villa with my friend. I'm going to go home to my boyfriend. You know, head cheerleader mode activated. You were all about Natter last night. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I don't care about my friend. And everybody was just blowing up at you. Now you're over here saying, well, I wanted to spend more time around Pete's and Natter is just getting on me. Come on, girl. We saw you last night. We saw your attitude. Don't try to paint a different picture of yourself today.
And yeah, I didn't sleep there, okay? But I still hurt for Pete, okay? And
yeah, we saw how much you were hurting for Pete's last night. You're like, well, what can I do? There's nothing I can do. I can't cure his depression. Like, he's fine. Everything's fine. You guys are just flipping out for no reason. That was so your attitude last night. Head cheerleader mode. Yep. Like, what are you talking about? He's fine. All of you are just crazy. That was so you last night.
I felt like, you know, you feel like you should feel like going back to like loving arms, your support, like from your other person, like your person you're with. But I felt I said to make it worse and my anxiety worse.
So you want loving support from your boyfriend or supposed boyfriend or rented boyfriend or your rented companion or your employee, which all of those things apply. He's just a rented employee for the moment. You wanted loving support from him, but you weren't going to give that loving support to your BFF. Somebody's been there longer. Somebody's put up with so much of your crap. You want someone to give you something that you're not even willing to give to another person. Okay.
He goes on about, you didn't upload my video. You're supposed to upload my video. Oh, right. Like, you know. And then the whole, like, just selfish lover thing. Sorry. After everything I do, like,
everything you want to do.
You should play with my boobs. I'm sorry, but, or something. Like, frig. Oh my god, like, I sound like a freaking prostitute. Oh, like, what the hell? I mean, I know I'm fat and bald, but come on, I'm sure I can find somebody that I don't have to friggin' pay for. I don't know.
Let's see you try. Given your personality, given the fact that you are narcissistic, self-absorbed, selfish, you don't care about your life, you don't care about your friends, you don't care about your family, you don't care about your pets, you live like a slob, you don't even bother to take a shower or change your clothes. Let's see you try to find a good man. Because no good man is going to put up with that crap, Chantal. They're not going to put up with a 37-year-old woman acting like a toddler. No, not going to happen. You've got what you've got because you refuse to change. You refuse to act like an adult. You refuse to care about other people. You got what you got. So enjoy.
I'm just like over it. I'm over it right now. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I'm just venting. And yes, maybe my venting does a lot of damage because I know he hates it. And maybe I like I said when I came on here, maybe that's what I want. I don't want to go back. I said I wasn't. I said I'm done. I said you're selfish.
How are you going to stay away when you've already moved your TV, your clothes, and everything else over there? You're not done. You're just venting for sympathy. You're so venting for sympathy. You're not exposing any real feelings. You're not having a breakdown or a breakthrough moment. This is just you looking for sympathy after you effed up last night and you made people angry and people are still mad at you.
You're like, then not ever come back. Oh, sorry, what did I do to you? Did I edit too many of your fucking videos? What? I have attitude, sorry. You know, I don't know, I was 42. I mean, like, I don't know how, I just, am I crazy or what?
Yep.
And maybe I come on here and say this because I can't say it to his face.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing, Chantal. See, you're over there and you want a relationship. One of the key components of a real relationship is communication. If you have a partner in life, you treat them as your partner. You can talk to them. If you have an issue, you go to them. You don't go to YouTube. You don't tell a bunch of strangers, what can we do for you? Seriously, what can we do? We're not in your life. We're not involved with you like that. You come on YouTube, you air out your dirty laundry, you talk about your problems with Natter, but yet you won't go to Natter and talk to him. So again, you don't have a relationship. Because if you had a real relationship with someone who loved you, before you go to anybody else, you would go to him. You would feel relaxed enough to talk to him. Because if you got issues with him, then you got to go to him. You got to go to him and work it out. You cannot come online and throw your dirty laundry at people and expect us to clean it up for you, because we can't. We can't. All we can do is just listen to you whine and complain and cry about things that we have nothing to do with, and we cannot affect the situation at all. If you can't talk to him, if you feel afraid to talk to him, and if he's basically hiding you in the shadows and won't acknowledge you, you don't have a relationship.
I'm tired of this relationship. It's draining, and you guys know it is, and I know it is. He doesn't know it is. I'm in love with him because there's a lot of good things I like. Maybe it's the food of him. I don't know. But sometimes it's really, really good. I'm not saying he's always selfish, sure. Just moody. I'm such a.
So we're almost done with this live stream, and it's only 21 minutes long. It's been all about her. It's been all about her talking about Natter. And I would think that the bigger issue, the most important issue, is being concerned for Pete, if Pete is going to be okay. The bigger issue is she really didn't care for Pete, to the point where Pete made that video yesterday that got everybody on red alert. Everybody was alarmed by the things he was saying. I would think that if she really cared about Pete, she'd be talking about that right now, and how she's been a crap friend and what she's going to do to help him. But no. First thing she does is turn on her camera and talk about herself and, oh, me and Natter and our relationship, da-da-da-da-da. Nobody cares, Chantal. Nobody cares about that right now. Nobody. You have a roommate that used to be your fiance. He's drifted to such a dark place that he's having scary thoughts. Why isn't your mind on that? Why is it all about what's going on with me and Natter, and I'm so broken up about it? Nobody gives a flip about that right now. Nobody cares. because it's not the greater issue. And we know what's going to happen anyway. We know you're not going to stay away. We know you're going to find a reason and an excuse to go right back. We know this. We've been watching you too long. We're familiar with you. Nobody gives a flip about that right now. Our main concern is what's going on with Pete, if he's going to be all right. And if you are supposed to be a friend, even just a friend, not even a best friend, but a friend, you would be there and you would do what you needed to do to help him. Be there for him more often. Maybe find someone else to take care of the cats because clearly he can't do it. Maybe help him find a job to where he could make some money. Maybe get him into counseling. You would do whatever you could as a friend to help him because he needs the attention now much more than Natter. Natter's going to be fine. He's not having dark thoughts. Pete's is. Pete's has been there for almost 20 years. That's where your focus should be.
If you're here and you're confused, I turned off everything right now. I just want to vent and just talk about it. No, I don't feel like editing a video. I really don't feel like doing anything. I just want to go home.
You know that feeling of alone that you've got in your heart somewhere, Chantal? Imagine, if you will, that feeling of being alone, that feeling of being sad. If you've ever felt intense sadness, intense aloneness, imagine it feeling 1,000 times worse. Feeling alone, feeling sad, feeling so sad that you can't even feel sad anymore. Amp that up to 1,000. And you can imagine that's what Pete is going through because that's what severe depression feels like. You feel so sad, you feel so alone, you feel so hopeless that you can't even really feel anymore. You're just numb to it. You just feel paralyzed by it. That's what he's going through. So all this sadness you feel is nothing compared to what he's going through at this point. And that's why you need to be at the villa, not at the crack house.
I don't feel like the love I need. You know? I'm getting into this life. I'm gonna have to sleep at some point. I'm gonna try to get used to my mom at my bed. I wish I had my machine. I really do.
Look at her over there trying to get sympathy. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so heartbroken. And I haven't had any sleep. And I forgot my CPAP over there. Please. This is all for attention and pity. All of it. Even the title of this video, He Doesn't Love Me. This is her like just basically soliciting pity from people, sympathy. After the way you've been treating Pete and the cats and the way you acted last night, I'm sorry. I don't feel pity for you. I don't feel sympathy. Whatever misery you have in your life right now, it's all self-induced. There's not a single thing about yourself or around yourself that you didn't cause. So how can I feel sympathy for you? How can I? When all of the misery in your life is of your own making. I can't sympathize with that. Not when you have the power to change everything and you refuse to do it. You just want to be surrounded in drama. You love the drama because for you, drama is attention and you love attention. You want to be in the middle of everything. Well, You got what you asked for. You got what you paid for. What, you don't enjoy it? It's not what you want? Well, then the only person that can fix it is you. So don't come to all of us on YouTube expecting pity, expecting sympathy, because there is none. There's none. You're blessed because you're on YouTube and you're making a lot of money and you can do a lot of great things with that money. You can go to counseling. You can get yourself straight. You can straighten up your life. If you have a miserable life, it's not because you don't have the means to have a great life. It just means you have the means and you're not using them well. So, sorry. I'm a bit older than you. I'm a bit wiser than you. I'm looking at you. You're a mess, but you like to be a mess. So, wallow in the mud, Chantal, because that's what you want to do. Just wallow in the mud, enjoy the dirt, enjoy getting dirty, because you don't ever want to get clean. You don't want your life to be clean. You like being filthy and dirty and vulgar and shocking and gross and offensive. Enjoy the life you've created.
And maybe I'm alive talking about this because I'm pissed off. I feel you've been manipulated.
Don't sit there and try to paint that picture like when manipulating you. You're manipulating him too. You're trying to worm your way in, manipulate him into marriage. Girl, come on. You are the queen of lies and manipulation. Don't try to paint this picture like you're the victim. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not innocent in all this. You pulled him into your life. You pulled him onto your channel. You seduced him with the money. He took the bait. And then you went further and you tried to manipulate him into a relationship, which he is not happy about and he doesn't want to do anything with. So the player got played. You tried to play him and he played you right back. So you met your match that way. He played you for money. You try to play him. You try to worm your way into his life to get a relationship, and you're never going to get one.
Chat with you guys. I'm not gonna come on for sympathy.
Oh, what? What? I'm not going to come over here for sympathy. Then what was this? This whole stream was about sympathy. It was all about, look at poor pity me. Me and Natter are having a fight. And he's mad at me and I feel used. I, me. No real mention of Pete. No talking about that. This whole stream was for sympathy. Even the title of this video was for sympathy and attention. What do you mean? It was all for sympathy. I see you, Chantal. I see you. This was for sympathy. This was, you know, I messed up, so I'm going to try to manipulate people's emotions to make them feel sorry for me. That's what this was.
And super chats like everybody thinks. I don't care. Just to like keep my mind off, I guess, until I get tired.
Oh God, I'm not going to put up with her fake crying. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Y'all been watching this stream with me this entire 20 minutes. Has she gone into any real sincere cry? Do we see her bawling? Is her face red? Is her nose all puffed up? No, then she ain't real crying. Her sitting there like squeezing out a tear, and then as soon as she does that, she stops. And she's been doing that this whole stream, and now here she is trying so hard to cry and put on an Oscar-worthy performance. Chantal, you're not that good of an actress, okay? You're not Meryl Streep. All right? So cut it out with the fake tears. We don't believe that crap. You know, that's it for this live stream, y'all. And she did another one. I'm going to take a look at it, see what's there. But I'm waking up this morning just trying to catch up to all the Chantal nonsense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe because I sure would appreciate it. Hope you guys have a pleasant morning and afternoon, and thank you for watching. Please take care and bye-bye.